Hey there, just a quick tutorial on how to use Google My Maps for this culminating activity. So you all have a copy of this sample map where you'll see that I've actually included a few examples of events or people in Canadian history to show you the type of thing that you would do when you choose the events that will go, or people that will go on your map. Now, for Google My Maps, you'll have a copy automatically made for you. If you double click on the map title, you can change the map title. Mine is a sample one. You can give your map a title that connects to the big question that you're asking. You should also probably put a description on your map. So describe what it is that people are going to see on your map. I've put an example there for you. With these changes saved, you'll also see you have some options up on the side here. You really don't want to do any of these right now, especially move this to trash, but there's some options there on the map. Now you'll notice on the side here you can add layers, and I've added these two layers. Because of the question I chose, is Canada a country I can be proud of? So I want a layer that shows all the moments I think that show I can be proud of Canada, and then I've added another layer that shows not proud moments. So to add a layer, you just click it, and it'll pop up there, and then you can give your layer a name. Okay? So I don't need a third layer, but you would add your layers in that way. And I'm going to delete this layer because I don't want it. I'm just going to keep the ones I've got. But within the layers that I've got, you can change the style of the layers on your map. You can actually have it show labels. You can actually have it show different types of things on there. These are more advanced user functions on here, things that you don't really need to use. But let's go to the first thing that I put on the map, and this is the Winnipeg General Strike. And you'll see it pulls it up right here. What it is I've actually done a search for a place. So let's do a search in a second here, and then we'll come back to this one. So I'm going to go to Vancouver. Actually, no, I'm going to go to Regina because we had some riots that took place in Regina. So maybe in Regina, now I'm there, I have Regina, and I want to add this place to my map. I can also search Regina there, but I want to add this to my map, and now once it's added, it's a pin there. And because it's a pin, now I can edit the features on it. So I don't want to call it Regina, I want to call it the Regina Riots. And what I would do here is I would just give a description of the Regina riots. Maybe even up here I'd put the year that goes with it. But a description. Why is this something I can be proud of or not proud of? And would I talk about it by talking about historical significance, historical perspective, change in continuity, or cause and consequence? Really important when you actually type up your description here, that your description not only fits your question, your description also shows me you using historical thinking concepts. So I would save this here, okay? And then from here I can also edit the style of this. So the style of this can be edited by changing the color that goes with the pin. It can also add another icon. So there's all kinds of icons here. There's shapes, things that do with sports and rec, places, transportation, crisis. So I'm thinking, this might be a crisis. Look, there's an alien. We talked about any enemy aliens in internment camps. There's poison. Maybe you've got a gas attack or something like that. I don't know. Maybe you've got the threat of a radioactive bomb going off. I'm not sure. So you would look for an icon that maybe fits with what you're looking at. There's custom ones as well. Okay? I also might say, I want to make a custom icon myself. And what I can do is if I have the address link for the image I want to use, I can just copy it here. I can also do a search on Google Image and do a search up. So maybe I look for a riot icon. And there's one there. If I select one of these, then it'll actually use it on my custom icons in the bottom. Okay? So maybe I do this one. So now I've got the icon. I think I want to actually leave that like it is. So there's my icon for it. It doesn't show up as well, so I might actually go back and change it a little bit. The last thing that I want to do is I want to actually add an image or a video. So maybe I have an image of the Regina riot that I'm talking about. Maybe I even have a little YouTube video that I could use. Search a YouTube video or use the link for it. I can also search for an image here. And once you do that, it'll attach it to your pin on the map. So in a nutshell, that's how you would actually add something to your map. And you see as I zoom out here and I get more of Canada showing up, you can see I've got one here. Notice how it shows up on the legend on the left as well, and one here. I also have one over here for an internment camp in Japan. but I didn't change the pin style and use an icon. I left that up to you to think about how you might do that and the examples you would use in your map. The only other thing I would show you about how to use MyMap as an introduction to it is you can draw lines on it if for some reason you need to draw a line around something, and you can change the way the map looks at the bottom. So I've got it looking like this one, a light political map. You can also change it to here. You can play around with this and see what you like in terms of how it highlights what you're showing on your map. But there's different sort of base maps that you can load onto here. So that's a short introduction to Google My Maps. If I happen to have forgotten anything, I'll be sure to let you know later. Good luck with your map.